computer. And I'm going to share screen.
Mr. Slavic?
Yes, go ahead.
Here, I don't see the hand raising thing. So anyway.
Oh, you're
What?
here. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So do you want me to start the video?
Whatever you want to do. Just say, Mike, are you available? And I'll unmute.
Okay, so we'll start with listening to your video and then go from there.
Guys, we're going to be talking about Quantro Network here.
I guess you guys are not able to hear it because my audio is not set up. Logitech wireless headset. Let's try this again.
And before we get started, we need to read the income disclaimer so everyone understands, like anything out there, there is risk involved. Volatility. Crypto investments are highly speculative and volatile. There's a significant risk of losing your entire investment. Actually, market prices can fluctuate widely and immediately. There's no guarantees. Obviously, we make no promises, guarantees, or insurances that you will earn any money, profits, or specific income levels. Any figures or examples of earnings used during today's presentation are estimates and not promises of future results, and used for informational purpose only. Obviously, there's no past performance guarantees. Past results, success, or hypothetical performance shown are not reliable indicators of future success or financial outcomes. We do not give any type of financial advice, tax advice, or any legal advice. The content of this presentation is for informational purposes only and do not constitute financial investment advice, legal advice, or tax advice. You should conduct your own thorough research, do your own due diligence, and consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions or advice you may need. Regulatory risk. Please understand the cryptocurrency market is largely unregulated. It doesn't have the protections of, say, Forex or stocks and bonds that some people may be used to. You may not have the same protections as traditional investments that I just mentioned, and transactions can be irreversible. It is your sole responsibility to assume all responsibility and risk for any financial decisions made based on the information we're providing tonight on a website, a video, or whatever. You are solely responsible for understanding and paying all applicable taxes on your crypto gains for your respective government agency or government entity. So now that we knocked that out of the way, are you here, Mike?
Yes, I am here.
Yes, awesome. Okay. So first of all, besides the technical problems, let's talk about the actual problems that faces some of this market here. And we've all probably used some various types of automation out there. The problem is these are unverified bots with inconsistent results. They have really no little or transparent performance data. And I can tell you, because I've probably been in 4 or 5, as many of you have, they have weak guardrails that risk capitals and performance integrity. Traders, for example, they kick butt when they were trading $50,000. And then they get $5 million, and the pressure of trading something so large freaks people out. I know it did me when I started getting a little money and I was doing great on a small amount, and then I got a larger amount and I started changing what was successful, if you will. And a lot of bots, EAs out there, do really well in a bull market or when crypto's going up. Most EAs or bots just don't do well, or some terrible when there's a bear run or a crash in the market. So those are some of the problems everyone faces. So let's meet the CEO. His name is Jerry McCain. He is from the state of California. He moved to Texas. He went to Mike, what university did he go to? I can't remember now. He told
Texas
us.
Tech.
Texas Tech. He is and here the mind behind it. I put in a more lingo. He's the geek behind it. He is a geek at heart. There's no other way to say it. Being kind to the geek world, but he is a geek at heart. He doesn't know much about marketing, but he knows he got involved a few years back. I want to say it was around 2020. Some of you in the crypto world will know. I'm not really sure. When NFTs were the hottest thing out there, they had these ape monkeys or monkeys They were called what, Mike? I know you were
Board apes.
Bored apes. They went crazy. Everyone started hopping on that bandwagon, selling NFTs. They went up to thousands and millions of dollars. He met some people, part of his team at these type events, and he had been working on this EA system, which EA stands for those people who are not familiar with trading, expert advisors. For those who trade Forex and so forth, you know there's expert advisors out there. Many of them are manual. You use them on charts. This is an automated EA, just so we know. This is for passive. You don't have to do nothing. The EA does it all for you. Jeremy has his team. The team is, this is his core management team. There are other members, just like there are other, when you go to a Fortune 500 or Fortune 100 company, there's a top level, and then there's the worker ants, if you will. And Jeremy is obviously the CEO founder. Paul is the director of operations. Andrena, she is the chief administration officer. When you have a problem, she might not be the one answering you, but she's overseeing the people who are running the support. And the geek of geeks, I'll call him, is Tevo. He is the programmer / he has an extensive trading history. Him and his team are the ones who are developing and managing the EA, but also the trading part, as every live session, and we'll get into that, has someone watching over it in case something goes south. There are multiple sessions a day, just like there is in Forex trading, like the Asian and the New York and the London. There are multiple sessions in a day, and each session has an overwatch, if you will, uninvited. Each session has, and we'll get into that, has its own guardrails in place. And then there's Mr. DeClain, who's the project overall manager for the various aspects of the team. The company, as I said, Jeremy is living in Frisco, Texas, a suburb of Dallas, but the company is registered in the state of Arizona. Some people have asked why. We did too. The answer was very simple. It was a more friendlier crypto state, and the taxes were lower for businesses, which I'm sure a lot of people in the United States can understand. You want to pay Uncle Sam lower amount of taxes is necessary. You can go to the Arizona State Board of Companies. It's called the ACC. You can go there and pull it up yourself. All you need to do is go there, do a search for companies that are registered, and type in what I did here, Quantro Network, and it'll pull up the same information, and you'll see Jeremy is the sole owner, operator, proprietor of the company. So let's talk about what you get and how you get there. First of all, the EAs, or what is called expert advisors. Some people refer to them as bots. I've been told that they are different. I still call it a bot. There are two EAs. There's the Atlas and the Zenith. A is a little baby, and the Zenith is the big dog. Quantro Atlas can earn up to 1% a day. Quantro Zenith can earn up to 1.8% a day. This is 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If crypto is on the market, the bots are looking for opportunity. So there's an advantage there. Unlike a lot of bots that may only do hedging or scalping or some other micro returns, these EAs take a wide range of strategies to provide the return. You can see here, the Atlas does a little bit of hedging, scalping, and micro returns. It's a high frequency bot. Also, the Zenith takes advantage of the high frequency, and we'll show you in the back office what we mean by high frequency. If anyone's a Star Trek fan, when Captain Kirk or Captain Picard from Star Trek says warp drive, Scotty, you'll see this bot. It takes on average anywhere between 500 to 5,000 trades a day. Recently, he showed us an example of basically the credits. They use a credit to pull every trade. It's a cost. There were 6,635 trades in one day. And now you can literally see them happening in the back office. This is a screenshot of a little bit of the back office. Please take notice of this, because what I'm about to show you will go by very, very fast. There's a new version come out, and we can share that with you with really nice surprise. But you can see the pair that they're trading here, the network it's on. This is BSC Scan, Solis Scan, and some other ones. The type of sell or buy, whether they're shorting it or going long, as traders would say. The price of that particular coin, for example, here, the quantity of that coin they're buying, and the volume and how much they're putting down of their money to execute the trade. Then you would click on the view, and you would see the hashtag or transaction ID on that coin's respective chain. That is how you see every trade in the back office that's executed on the blockchain, which is an open ledger, as most people know, so you can't fake the blockchain. Trading infrastructure. You're going to see this in the back office, low latency. People, non-geeks may have heard of it, called lag. To do HFT, which is high frequency trading, you need a super fast machine, because there are literally hundreds of trades taking place a minute. They use low latency trading, routing, and positioning in the engine. Hedging. Hedging is something people who maybe traded options or futures may know. Let's say you're thinking it's going to go this way, up or down. Let's say you think it's going to go up. You place a fairly large amount on that, but you hedge it just in case it goes the opposite direction, so you don't take a substantial loss. There's many things they use as guardrails to protect it. One is every trade has a stop loss. Every session has a stop loss for that session. Every trading day has a maximum stop loss for the day. They use hedging, scalping, micro trading, all the strategies that most people heard about trading, all bundled into one, along with the guardrails. And last but not least, there's a monitor trader looking for weird events in the market that may cause a pause because something unforeseen happened in the market. So those are some of the things in place to protect the system from substantial losses. It's math driven. There's algorithms carry out everything. It's real-time health checks. They have throttles on the system. In other words, if it starts getting a little crazy out there, they can throttle that down from 4,000 to 5,000 trades to several hundred trades as they wait to see how the market's reacting. There's all kinds of filters on there that can pause the trading when it becomes unstable. They have put a lot of, two things, their biggest protection is asset protection, both from a compliance point of view. They are ultra strict on compliance, and they're also ultra strict on security of the funds and asset protection in trading. That's where their focus is in. So I think I talked about two memberships program here. How they work here to get into the program is there are a membership. It is called a software as a service. A lot of people ask, well, how are they compliant in the United States? It's called the SaaS. You can look that up on Google when you have a free time, software as a service. They are going to provide some other services to you. This is technically the icing on the cake. But for most people, we understand they love the passive side. So we talk about that. We're going to go into the other option you have, which some people will like. They can take advantage of. It's some manual or semi-manual trading. But you don't have to do that. You can do these automated trading and it will go. To get inside the system, since it's a software as a service, there is a membership fee. You have to buy the membership. That's the software as a service. The membership is paid quarterly. There's two entry levels. The access, again, level A, which is $99 every 3 months, or basically $33 a month. It's paid on a quarterly basis, $99. The other one is called the premium access, and that is $199 for 3 months. Now, quite honestly, folks, pay attention to this. This is important. There is no difference between the two levels if you only want to do passive. Let me say that again. If you take the access or the Premier, there is absolutely no difference. You can access either one of the bots based on your deposit. The Atlas, anything under 2,500, you'll be able to choose the Atlas because your capital is under 2,500. If you place over 2,500, you can choose the Zenith bot, which obviously most people would do. I don't know why you would put in 2,500 and choose the Atlas, but you can. So it's all based on which bot you get. It's based on the capital or crypto you want to put in, not your membership level. The membership level comes into what we're going to be talking about here in a few minutes, and I'll explain when we get there. They do have a referral program. You share it with friends, neighbors, relatives, coworkers, whatever, and instead of spending hundreds of $1,000s on advertisements, they decided to put some of that advertising dollars into a referral program. The referral program is really simple. The first level, everyone gets. In other words, if you go to your neighbor and say, hey, Marie, what about this? Let me share with you. Marie is considered your first level. If Marie puts $1,000 in, and let's say Marie is on the Atlas level, that's a smaller bot because she only put $1,000 in. She earns 1% today. That's $10. You all understand that math? You would earn 15% of that today, $1.50. It is not based on what Marie's commission or her balances she put in, her investment, her initial crypto deposit. That gets a company into trouble. When someone puts in $1,000 and it has to pay out 20% or 10%, the company's already operating behind a pressure because they're short. They got to make up for it just to break even. They want to reward. There's enough of profit. With that, we've talked about their margins they're making on each trade. They're able to pay out 1.8% or higher, along with commissions, and still be profitable. They do very well on this type of trading strategy. We've seen the margins from what we've seen. So level 1 pays 15%. Everyone gets that. To unlock level 2, you need 5,000 and you get 4.5, 2.5 on level 3, all the way down to 7 levels. There's different requirements, and this is all explained in the back office for those who want to go out there and build. It's all back there in your back office. When you create a free account, you can read it at your heart's content, or it's in the documentation in the back office, or it's in the presentation in the back office that you can download. There are multiple places you can go in and see the comp plan on how the levels and what's needed for each one. There's also achievement bonuses. This is volume bonuses. For example, the first time you get $6,000 in total people below you of volume or deposits put in, you earn a one-time bonus of $450. The next level is $12,500, $720. This continues to increase. You'll notice when you hit like the 5th level, the executive, you get a one-time bonus of $3,700 for $60,000. But you also now start getting what's called a weekly marketing bonuses. As your team gets bigger, you get autoresponders, you maybe get Zoom platforms, you maybe get some kind of AI that does some things for you, whatever the case may be. As you get larger, we understand the company does, there are some possibly expenses. So they start to compensate the larger teams that have those expenses, the executive level. Then it continues to go up all the way to presidential ambassador level, which requires $35 million in total volume. The bonus is, well, a 7-figure bonus, $2.5 million, with a weekly marketing bonus of $2,400. And it scales up accordingly. Again, all of this is in the back office under the bonus structure, in the presentation, and in the document section. There's multiple places for it if you want to go into that. So again, how do you get started with this? You can create a free account. That's the first step. Anyone brand new out there, your first step, create your free account. Look around, watch the trades, and I'll show you the trades in here in a minute. So $99 for the first, for the member access membership. It's every 90 days. The prime one is $199, and the difference is what I'm going to share with you here Why would I take the 199, Mike? Why not the 99? That's a great question. If you are just going to do passive, $99 is good. It's sweet. There's no need, even if you're putting in $100,000, you can still get the Prime bot or the Zenith bot and run with it. You don't need the higher level. What is happening here in next week is a surprise. We talked a little bit. This is the new back office, which we'll show you here in a few minutes. You'll notice how it's getting a little more transparent. You can see the network that's being done, the exchange that's going on, the pair, whether it's a buy or a sell, the price, the amount, the volume, and the tax tag. And we'll show you this in a new minute because he just launched something tonight, version 3 of this. It's been 3 versions in this whole week, getting better and better. That's how committed they are to transparency. But the surprise that I want to talk about why the 2 levels of membership is this right here. There are going to be generated signals. For anyone who's unfamiliar what the signal is, it's basically someone with, hopefully, very good experience telling you, hey, if you have a crypto trading account, whether it's a Coinbase, Binance, MEXX, or any crypto exchange out there that you have access to, and it has the coin, we're going to give you a trade that you can trade your own crypto and make money, and they don't even touch it. You have to have an EA running for it to get these signals. You have to have one of the membership levels, and you have to have one of the expert advisors running. But if you do, you're going to get these signals. Depending on the level you have, for example, the access level, the lower one, is going to get 2 to 4 signals per week. The prime, the higher one, is going to get 6 to 12. And there's a $100 difference. Is it worth it? That's up to you if you're going to use the signals. They're like, here's a signal. You can see here, this is what it'll be. The back office will look like. This is the interface now. It's not live, so you really can't see it, but this is what it will look like. It'll tell you there was a short scalp, the coin, the entry range. It's not going to be a specific thing. It's going to tell you to take profit 1, 2, or 3. Those who trade knows what I'm talking about. Stop loss. All this is going to be done on training. So even if you've never traded before, if you can copy and paste and follow simple instructions, you can take these signals. It's going to tell you how many trades were released this week, what the win ratio was, and how much it's been averaging on average. This is what the trade is going to look like in your back office. Hey, it's a short scalp, meaning it's going to be fast, fairly fast in and out. You're going to get leverage. All this is going to be trained on. So guys, if these terms don't mean nothing to you, you're going to get 6x. This is the entry point. You look for somewhere in between here. You put your order in. If it hits it, bam, you're in the trade. You take your profit out right here. And this is if it gets higher and higher, you move all this will explain. Your stop loss. And that's here. Here's some of the profits made from some of the trades we've taken on these signals coming in. I am not a trader. I do know how to put a stop loss in. I do know how to put a put order or a buy or a sell order. It's going to tell you whether it's a long, you can see long, long, long. There's a short right here or a short right here. That means it's a sell. You can see 25, 50, 22, 500, 12% on a trade, 15%, 119, 25, and 91. Just to let you know, a week ago, last Saturday, there was a trade I did not get on. It was a 720% return. It was Ethereum. It was mind-blowing what some people made on that trade. These are manual. I call them manuals. If you can do basic, there will be extensive training on how to do this if you want. No reason to do it if you don't. And if you don't want to, access membership would be good. If you want a little extra bang for your buck and want to take the majority of the signals, then you might consider the prime. Only reason. So this is what we're going to show you here. If you guys can see this, this was him testing out the API that I'm about to show you. You're going to see why. If you can read this little number on the 24th, there was 6,985 trades taken that day. I'm going to show you what 6,985 trades look like because I think there's that many trades today. It was flying. So let me go into back office here real quick and show you. So let me load this up. Scoot this over. And I'll show you some other features real quick in the back office. So when you create your free account, there's no obligation, obviously, for creating the free account. Let's go to the trading signals right away. So you can see here, now in about 30 seconds, this thing is going to click off here, and it's going to fly. Here's the 420 right here, and the 420 is now off the chart. These are internal trades. It's called Binance to Binance, and I'll show you what I mean by here. Here's some big blockchain trades. Jesus, it goes so fast. If I can click on one of these, there we go. Bam, got one. You can see all the information there. Why these don't have it? These are called an internal trade or a closed system. They're on a Binance, a Coinbase, or something like that. So there is no gas fees paid. And I had a real in-depth learning experience on what it means by, is every crypto done on the blockchain? It's not. If you go to Binance, for example, and trade XRP against USDT, and it stays just within Binance or just stays within Coinbase or whatever exchange you're using, it's not being put on the ledger. So there is no hash. So that's where these hash marks are coming in from. And these are actually exchanging between two exchanges. So there's transaction, a hash, and gas fees paid. That's why you see some. This will be the new platform coming out in about 24 hours. Let me go to my CEO call here. You'll see him talking to me and Mike on this real quick. Where did it go? Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Here's my happy dance because the thing is slowing down with this. Just being honest with you guys here. So this is going to be the new transparency. This is version 3.2 in the week. That's how dedicated they are to getting transparency out there. So you're going to go here. I'm going to turn that on in about 10 seconds here. This thing is going to refresh. And here comes the trades. Now you'll notice the network. This is internal trade, Binance to Binance. So there's no hash mark. This over here is the actual transaction of within Binance. And you can go over here. You can see over here, you can go to the network for BSC. You can change Uniswap. You can put the number you want on here. You can select everything, and pretty much, so there's nothing happening on Uniswap right now. Let me go to Binance. Let me just go to all networks real quick and all dexes, and we'll put it a little higher. Okay. Give it a few seconds here. Try adjusting. I think I might have messed it up here. This is still in beta, so bear with me. I don't have it on all refresh. Sorry, there we go. Let's see. What did I do wrong? He hasn't given us any real training on it, so oh, there it was. It's popping up there. So let me go over here. There we go. You can see here, these are all internal trades. It'll refresh here. That again. So when you get a trade between two exchanges, it will be on the blockchain, and you can click over there. These are transaction hash within the Binance, showing the trade number. If you have a Binance account, you guys know you have an internal transaction ID. There's a lot of trades happening every day. Just to show you a little bit more of the back office here real quick. We go here. The partnership program is where you get the referral system. You go to affiliate system. Here's the breakdown of the compensation plan. Here's the presentation with the breakdown of the compensation plan. Here's the bonuses levels we were talking about. Take a few seconds to load up here, and I'll go through those real quick. You'll notice it starts out at, like I said, $6,000 volume. You get $450 first time. Next one, $720 with $12,500. Then there starts getting a few additional requirements to keep people and builders from gaming the system. With the next executive level, you need so many legs. You need to have so much of your own personal volume in your account, and so forth. And it goes all the way up to the one we talked about, the Global Platinum Ambassador. They do require KYC, as all companies should. At least that's a requirement in the United States, Canada, European Union, Great Britain, Australia, Korea, and Japan. If a company isn't doing KYC in those areas, there's a risk that they could get shut down or fined or both. And so the company is very, very conscious of being following the regulations that's required. 2FA is optional. They say, I think it should be mandatory. Basically, two-factor, everyone knows what that is. It's on your phone. If you're going to put any money in this, you want to do that right away. There's a little notification. This little bell up here will flash red if you haven't done the KYC. And the other thing, you cannot withdraw your funds until you do KYC. You can go over to here. We go back to the portal real quick. There is a brief snapshot of what's happened in the last 10 trades or so. You'll see tonight I pulled out $8,300. You can hit here and see everything. All the transactions here. Let me go down. You can see what you deposited down here. There's $15,000. I started out. My first bot, I had two bots. I divided the $15,000 accidentally into two bots. 45 and 225 a day. You do the math. That's 1.8 on 12,500 and another 1.8 on 2,500. As of this morning or this 7 o'clock every night, you get paid on that day's earnings, as that's when that session closes out. It is right here. You can see today's 12:30 at 7 o'clock, 30 seconds after. My bot, where's my bot? There we go. At 3 seconds after, my $225 bot made $467. So I compounded for 40 days. That was my plan. Everyone needs to have a plan. You stick to your plan, whether it's pull out every day, every 7 days, every 30 days. I would not suggest you pull out once a year, but that's my opinion. $93 on the second bot. Some people have asked if I've done other withdrawals, so let me go up here. You can sort it any way you want. Let me go to completed. I'll just pick, I started on November 19th, but I'll pick the 1st, and I'll pick today. Remember today, it takes about 4 hours for it to process that $8,000 one. Hasn't hit yet that I know of. I haven't looked at my phone. Apply the filters. What did I do wrong? Withdrawal completed. I did something wrong. Reset. Let me do that again. Okay, withdraw. All status. Whoops. First, just pick the 17th. And the 30th. There we go. You can see I've done so far 6 withdrawals. The first one took a while, I won't lie. It took about 18 hours. They were using a third-party processor. They switched over when we said we thought it was taking too long. It wasn't the withdrawals that was taking too long. It was taking a long time for the deposits to show up. And so they went ahead and tested out an internal one and got that going. So now they process fairly quickly. The deposits are usually done within an hour or less. Looking at everything here, there is a process, guys. If you create a free account, please listen to this. This is very important. Some people got screwed up. When you create your free account, there's going to be a yellow bar saying you need to upgrade at the top. Don't click on it till you're ready to upgrade. When you upgrade, you pick your membership level. Once you get your membership level, you wait. Wait till that membership shows under pending transactions over here. It'll say, see, this withdrawal is pending. But yours will say deposit pending for membership. It'll be $99 or $199. When it goes green, then you go to the next step, which is now fund your account. You will go to fund. You will choose the crypto you want first. Make sure you choose the right crypto. Because if you have Bitcoin and you put it in a USDT wallet, it's not going to work. So make sure you choose the right crypto. I usually use TRC, and you put in the amount. Then a QR code is going to pop up like you see here. It's going to pop up along with an address. You paste it into your wallet. Then you wait. You wait again. Then the Quantro Network will show your money. Let's say you're starting with the Atlas bot. You're putting in $2,600. It will show $2,600 That means it's sitting in a wallet, a piggy bank. It's not working for you. Now you want to put it to work. You go to the vault. You pick the license you want. I'm assuming because you put in $2,600, you're going to choose the Zenith. This won't say top up, it'll say subscribe now. You pick the time you want the principal to compound. This is the principal, not your rewards. Your rewards will automatically compound. I generally say just do 30 days. After 30 days, you're going to have to come back in and put it back in if you want it to continue earning. Otherwise, it'll just sit. You can put 60 if you want, whatever you like. I'm just going to show you here with 30. You go here. This is going to default to $2,500. So if you're putting in 26, you need to increase that to 26, or your $100 is just going to sit in your wallet. You select which wallet it's from. That's going to be the network wallet. And then you hit the submit, and you should see, this is the key. If you don't see this, you haven't done it yet. You should see active plan 1. Now, how do you know how much you actually have in there? Because these are rounding off. You can see I have roughly 8,300. That's a round off. What I do is you can go to your EA Vault, subscription history, and you see there, I just pulled out some money. So you saw the money. I have $31,000 in my account minus the 8,300, which once it's paid out, that will adjust. This was the total amount I had in there in 40 days. As you can tell, I did a 40-day compounding little strategy, meaning I pulled out more than the 15,000 I put in there that was funded in there. I wanted a little extra to be playing with, as they call in this business, house money. That's about it. I think we covered everything. Looking real quick here. There's licensing and all the information on the documentation.
So Mark, are you available? Or Mike, sorry.
Coming, yes, sir.
Okay, I want to introduce you to everyone. So guys, this is Mike Lucas. I met him a couple months ago through Veritas as I was providing support, and he contacted me with a couple questions related to Rebase. So we actually had a heart-to-heart conversation with him and his friend that also if you guys can watch this video to the end on your own, you guys will see his friend. And when I seen him on this video again yesterday and today, I'm like, wait a minute, I need to find this guy. uh, I knew it's either Mike or Mark or something, so I started searching through my Telegram, through my WhatsApp, and finally today I sent a message. I sent a couple people messages, and like every single one, nope, not me. So I'm like, okay. So finally found him and pretty much asked him to join us and help us kind of understand this project a little bit better. So you guys do have a chance to actually ask the question you guys have, and then from there I'll actually share my opinion and go from there. So, Mike, floor is yours.
Hello, gents and lady. I'm not sure how the Zoom is set up. Sometimes only the administrator can see the questions. So, Slavic, if you can read the questions, if it's set up that way, or if the questions go to the whole group.
The whole
So,
group, so I don't have any limits so far
okay.
because fairly my group has not been betraying me yet.
Okay. Well, each admin sets it up. Sometimes it sets up by default some weird way. So, folks, I don't know. Can you share my screen real quick?
Which one?
Let
Yes,
me share.
your co-host, so you can share your screen. Yes.
Okay. While I'm watching for videos, I'll show you the new transparency. Like I said in that video, they were showing version 3. This is my back office, which is live. Here in about 20 minutes, we'll get paid. We get paid at 7 o'clock every night for that day session. Uh, so me, it's going to cycle in here and come in here. Here's what they call the subscriber portal when you first log in. So I'm going to the e-time down here. And right now it'll just sit here till I turn on the trades. So I'm going to hit refresh, and you can auto refresh or manually refresh. I do manual refresh because I like clicking on the hashtag and then going in there. If it's auto refreshing, it's scrolling down and you can't come back and compare apples to apples. You got an apple and then some other trade that you got to try and figure out where it is. You'll see the network it was on, and this was on the Ethereum network, the exchange they used, the type of pair that was traded, whether it was a buy or sell. Most, as I said, this bot does really well in the bearish environment as well. The price of the coin at the time, the amount that the coin is being sold at, the volume means how much they actually purchased in the transaction to make money off of, and then obviously the transaction ID. And here's all the details, including the gas fees, their profits, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, of that. And if there's a particular network, not that they will be trading on that particular network, it will be on different ones here. Here's some on the BSC with the pancake swap. This is Uniswap or your Ethereum. You can it slows down your computer. You can trade the number of trades you want to see, or if you just want to look for internal trades, they do a lot of internal trades, which is our internal audit, Binance, for example, XRP against USDT. Those won't have a hashtag because to have a hashtag, it actually has to have a gas fee, which is transmitted on the blockchain or what's called the ledger. While it's just trading internally, there is no, so it's a different type of hashtag, but that will be over here as well. Uh, that's pretty much it. Let me see the chat. Where is the chat on this?
So far, doesn't look like there's any questions. I'll
Okay.
open up so they can unmute and pretty much ask questions. So, anybody has any questions to me or to Mike, you guys are welcome to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I have one.
Go ahead,
Is
Smith.
that Mr. Smith or am I see a SMIT. I don't know.
Yes, that's my name. Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I, of course, as part of the due diligence, I tried looking up Jeremy McCain.
Yeah, he doesn't have Facebook. He doesn't want to be bugged by network marketers. I'll give you an example there. Company I was with about when I first got involved in crypto, I still have the little bookmark up here. Bitcoin was at $1,100. So you can tell how long ago that was. That was actually in 2017 when I got involved with a company called USI Tech. They were very transparent. He even gave the legal firm that they were working with. Needless to say, at the event, he gave this legal letter that was saying how legitimate they were, blah, blah, blah. In a matter of 48 hours, that company quit because they got over 1,000 calls from marketers asking them questions about legalities and all of this. And the company was billed over $600,000 for those calls, and they collapsed. Needless to say, Jeremy was going to list the legal firm that they're using, and I begged him not to do that because while you probably won't, and I won't call, but there'll be a whole bunch of marketers calling them, wanting to speak to the lawyers and do that. And while their support team, Tevo, who's Chinese, by the way, if he posted his profile, he would get inundated with calls or PMs, DMs, spam, and all kinds of stuff from marketers.
Yeah.
That's just the way marketers are. They
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, that's fine. But
That's why.
just like one more question on that. So, does he address people? Like, does he do Zoom calls or anything like that?
He will do one Zoom call a month.
Okay.
He's going to right now, to be honest with you, as I'm not sure I covered it in the little the webinar we had. It was only our second one. We've been working with them now since September, late September. We officially took over the master distributorship in November, and we started. Our first launch was Christmas Eve, to be honest, or the Tuesday before Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve Eve. And then we had one New Year's, the day before New Year's, is the one you watched there. So we've only put people in here for about 3 months. We didn't feel there was enough people to make it worthwhile for them to come on. 15, 20 people to waste them time for an hour and a half answering a few questions. But starting in the middle of January, he will be doing either bi-monthly, bi-weekly, or bi-month, twice a month, either every other week or twice a month, what I'll call a meet the CEO update calls type of environment. But it will not be a weekly thing. There's really no reason to do that. But he will be doing regular occurrences where he'll get on and take some questions from the community.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Carol has here a question. Mike, what previous project have you been in? Say your last five. You are in a Veritas Vault, correct? Coincidence using a word vault here.
I was in Veritas Vault for about a week. I got out of it. Some things I concerned me, so I bailed. Another one I was in just recently was called Zynex, Zionax. It was the lady CEO. I put a few people in there, and I noticed some things in there that was not working as she was promoting, so I bailed on that one. I have a tendency to go in there, uh, and I test everything that humanly possible. Comp plans to make sure it's adding right, the promotion to make sure they have certain things. This is just the way I do my due diligence. Is it flaw proof? Absolutely not. It's not. There's just no way you can be 100% guaranteed that the sun will rise in the east tomorrow in this industry. But I try to do everything to make sure that things are working. And if they're not, and I'm presented that it is, then if they're lying about that, I worry about what else they're lying about. And then I usually get out. Have I failed in a lot of industry, in a lot of network marketing? Oh, absolutely. Freaking lootly. Yes, 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 yes. We all have. We've all seen them. And over time, I think there's one mime out there. It's not losing, it's learning. And so I have learned to avoid a lot of, I hope, pitfalls, things that are, if there's a little red flag, I'll rather pass than take a chance. And to be honest with you, ma'am, for the last 2 years, we were out of the industry. The only reason I got into Veritas was a friend, a close friend we met in the business 8 years ago, said it was pretty good, and I didn't do any due diligence. And as soon as I started asking some questions, I had a little 20-point checklist. It didn't check all of them, so I decided to get out. Not that it was bad or good by any means. It just didn't meet my what I thought had a long chance for a long shelf life, so I bailed. So, but there was Zynex, and before that, it was a couple years ago, because I got tired of what's happened in the industry. So that
Okay,
answer,
she has another question.
sure.
How much is it was the master distributorship? Veritas Vault had the founders.
There's no such thing. We won't allow that here. There is no buying of a position. That's a no-go for any legitimate company, in my opinion, humble opinion. In other words, you can't buy a position. You have to perform. It's not based on promises, it's based on performance. Performance is what pays the bills and keeps the company alive. I took the master distributorship to answer kind of the company had to do certain things. He had to get on weekly calls. That was an absolute requirement. He had to provide this new version of the decks where everyone could see all the trades themselves instead of trust me. He had to be compliant in a couple of countries, and they're getting licenses in 4 other countries to operate in. So they're multi-international, truly, not just by verbiage. Uh, he had to, he had a membership price that was fairly high. I thought it was very difficult for someone to, what I call, test the waters. They would have to come up with a large sum, even though they wouldn't make money, and that's fine, but they would have to test the waters. It would still cost them a lot of money to test the waters. And I didn't think that was conducive to presenting to for people who've been burnt so many times. There were several things that we agreed to. One of them I had to agree to that I wouldn't promote another business. I wouldn't do things that sometimes other people are allowed to do. So that was how I acquired the master distributorship. And I had to be able to come on Slavic's call. If someone asked me and I am reasonably, I can't just say no because I don't feel like it. I have to be available to help people. And I don't mind that. So that's how the master distributor, there is no founders. There are some what I call funded accounts given out to certain leaders that have a community, a reputation and stuff, but they don't have access to those funds until they do certain kind of requirements. And the company has calculated through an extensive algorithm mathematics what it takes for the company to be profitable, to keep the company from losing. There are no stacked positions in here allowed. They will not allow people to do things that would cause harm to the company, which a lot of companies don't really look at their comp plan. So the guardrails are in place to protect the company and to protect the community. Those were some of the requirements. That's why it took us so long to launch, if that answers your question.
Yeah, she says she's appreciated and
You're
you
welcome.
very well answered. Robert, go ahead.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Hello, Robert.
Well, Mike, what's I think maybe I can somewhat speak for the majority in here. I don't think anybody's going to jump in with some big money into these because I probably most of the people in here, plus myself, don't know much of this.
Right.
Is this if you didn't do any of the manual trading? Is it just pretty much once you get in, you got your amount of capital you want to use, and it does it pretty much just run itself?
I can show you that real quick. That because I have taken the manual trade that you're talking about have been beta tested by us. And you saw my little screenshot in that presentation. A lot of that was with what I call demo money because I hate losing. I have ripped doors off of my walls when I've lost a trade. I've gotten so mad. I stopped trading because I was probably going to have a heart attack. I got so frustrated. I hate losing money. It just drives me crazy. So I understand 95% of the people are in for what I call put your head down at night and go to sleep and make money, passive money, mailbox money. That's what a lot of people, and that's what he has designed this primarily for. To be compliant in the United States, he has to operate his software as a service, which is provide a membership. That's why the membership fee and the manual trade. You do not have to take the manual trade to do the other. But since you can see my screen here, and in about 8 minutes, we're going to receive payment for the evening, for the day's 24-hour cycle from yesterday to today. But let me reload this here. Hopefully it won't let me out here.
Yeah, I seen on the one where once you've activate your
There you
account.
go. You can see, I'll go down to the very bottom because it'll be easier to show without all this other commissions and stuff in there. Let me go to the very first page. So here's the $15,000 I got. I made a mistake. I divided the bot into two different EAs because he didn't have a lot of how-to videos. So it accidentally defaulted, like I said in that video, to 2,500. I'm like, okay, what the heck happened to the rest of my money? And then I seen it was still sitting in the wallet. So then I activated the other parts. That's why I got two of them here. On day one, I earned $45 and 225. If you add that up, that's 1.8 for a total of the 15,000. The second day, it auto compounds because I didn't pull out. So I got a little more and a little more. And the third day, it just kept going up. And as of a couple days ago, I went on one of my strategies. I might have explained it in there. I don't know. I did a 39-day strategy or 40-day strategy. The reason I did a 40-day letting it compound is that's the not to break even. I don't get any of these things to break even. I hate breaking even. Why take the risk to break even? I go in there to make at least 10% and get my capital out.
Well, it seems like most of the people, if they're only coming in with a little bit of money, they're probably better off just letting it roll. Let it compound.
I would never, the
You know,
smaller amount don't auto compound. Only the Zenith bot compounds.
and so what? And then what's that minimum?
2,500.
And that one you can just
You
leave
can
it in.
set in there, right. Here you can see, I think I pulled out, these are commissions.
So
You
what
can
do the
see,
people do if they come in with $1,000 or they can't? Is the minimum?
there's several people with $1,000. Let's say you came in with $1,000 today. You get $10 tomorrow. The minimum is $20 to pull out. The next day you'll have another $10. You got $20 in your wallet. I would pull it out. If it ain't compounding, why let it sit? Then, or you can leave it in there for 10 days. Now you have $100. Then you can go in there, top off, and now you'll be trading $1,100 the next 9 days, because then you'll probably have, the $99 is the minimum to top off to do that.
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
Zenith
I
Spot,
don't think anybody wants to go in there every day doing a
oh, I
bunch of
understand.
stuff. I mean,
Right.
if you can't put the 2,500 and let it roll in for 30 days, where I think that's the longer you go, the better. So if I'm not wrong, Slavic, does this run a little bit like uh, BG or whatever that is?
No, BG auto compound. All you have to do is just put in and manually put in the trades every day when they drop the trades. Here, the system automatically adds to your balance at 7 o'clock in the evening. So pretty much in 5 minutes, it'll automatically add an amount to your balance, and depending on the package you choose, it will either will add and tomorrow pay you on the new balance, or it will pay you on an old balance, and that those money become available to you.
Right. So really you're better off putting at least a minimum of 2,500 in there and play
Well,
around with
there
it.
are people putting a $500 to get a $5 a day, and that's
Oh
a
yeah,
hundred
feel of it. Yeah.
because it trades 100. If you put in 500, for example, I'll just use that example. That's 1% a day, 7 days a week. A lot of these companies, I'm going to use Veritas, not that I'm picking on them, but they had a high withdrawal fee, an extremely high withdrawal fee for you to withdraw your money out. This is a 2% withdrawal fee. So if you put 500 in there, if you're happy with $150 a month, that's a pretty good pay your light bill money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you said you got to pull it out every 10
No,
days.
you can leave the 150 in there. My point was if the $80 sitting in there after 2 weeks isn't doing any good, why not put it in your bank account?
Right.
That's only my point. I don't like leaving money sitting in the road for someone, you know what I mean? That's all. That's just me.
Yeah, but if you're not going to do nothing with it anyhow, just
Oh
draw it
no,
back and let it
if I'm
sit
not going
somewhere
to do
else.
nothing, I still rather have it in my bank account.
Why make extra steps if that little amounts if you're not planning on doing with anything and you're
That
happy, just
each
let it.
person has their own risk
Yeah,
tolerance.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
But
right, thank you.
obviously, 2,500. I'll be honest on the 2,500 deposit that you were talking about. I have a. I told you about my 40-day strategy. It's pulling out 110% after 41 days. Why 110%? Because I'm getting my money out that I started with, and I'm 10% ahead. So no matter what happens, earthquake, meteorite, zombie apocalypse breaks out, I am 10% ahead. I had a good run at whatever I'm doing. At 30 days, if you let your money sit there for 30 days, you have got 71% of your money returned to you in interest earned. You can pull it out. Worst case, you can lose is 29% of your money. I always look at risk tolerance. That's just how I approach. I don't care if Warren Buffett puts me into something. I just get my seed money out with profit. That's always my goal. That's what we teach. Now, some people listen, some people have their own strategies, and that's fine.
Okay, anybody else with any questions? We are about 3 minutes away where I would like to actually look at my trade as well as Mike will show his.
Yeah, I can show you here real quick where you can see the balance and what happens. Here's the balance I currently have is 24,378 in my account. So in about 2 minutes and some seconds, you'll see well, this thing will start to go ching ching ding. It'll start at 3 seconds after it sends out an email to every time you get a commission. There's a series of notifications coming in that will go there.
Okay.
So it looks like we got about a little over a minute left. The process, I usually withdraw out money. It takes about 8 hours. They have to go through, for compliance reasons, in most European countries in the United States, they have to check with a third party It's kind of a site most government agencies uses for crypto. If it's blacklisted on the anti-money laundering list, any dubious reasons this wallet, they're not allowed to send money to that wallet. So they have to verify that the wallet is not blacklisted, which is a turnaround time of about 8 hours. It's part of the AML license regulations that's required in most countries that are actually listening to the regulations.
Yes.
So I think we have hit it. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3. I've actually never been in here. It just might take a while to load because it's getting all the data in there.
Yeah, because
There
everybody's
we go.
logging
You
in.
see, there's my rewards real quick. And then the commissions will start coming in. I can't remember what I told you I had. And let's go over here and we'll see here. And 2438. And it'll start cranking out there. But it comes in at anywhere between 30 seconds and so forth. And that's why it's taking so long because it just starts scrolling the payouts and stuff for everyone. And here comes some of the commissions. This is one of the top ups I did. I did $100 and some top up. And so,
Yeah, I'm waiting still. Has everything zeros at the moment.
yeah, as more and more people get there, he said the payouts will take between like 7 and 7:10, just as it goes through the queue of everybody.
I guess we'll wait. So a question that I have for you, Mike, is
Yeah.
this: as I listen, because I actually today is like the fourth time I'm listening to your Zoom.
Right. Right.
Yesterday's Zoom. So a question that I have, looks like it's 2.0 version of TLC. Those of you guys that are familiar with TLC, and
I really doubt that because I looked at TLC. They didn't have all the trades and the exchanges and everything, the transparency for the trades.
yeah, they had issues, but they pretty much a lot of the stuff that's here is what they were promising us and feeding us promises when they went under.
Okay.
Uh, So yeah, the membership, the trades where you can actually trade your own. They're actually one thing that they were promising that you guys don't have, where actually you'll be able to go into a live stream and actually, while a trader trades, he'll be able to teach you how well he's trading, why he's picking that trade, and sort of be kind of live trading with him, pretty much on
Well,
your
I
own
don't know how
platform with
that
your own
works
money.
because there's only usually just, I think I told you there's 6 to 12 trades a week for the top people and 2 to 3 for the lower ones. So you could be sitting on there for hours before they execute a trade. I mean, literally hours.
No,
They're
these
not take,
guys,
they're
these
not
guys,
going to take trades that are small. Yeah,
yeah.
they're do that.
They had between 3 to 4 traders at all time that would actually trade, and they would actually look for trades and make trades. They would do about each trader would do an 8 hour run about 4 or more trades. So that's
Okay.
kind of what they were
The
actually
problem
looking to
with
sell
that
them.
is they're looking at, and I used to trade signals like that. When the trader executes a trade, uh, then he tells everyone to execute it. You already missed the entry point,
Yep.
and you're
So the
always chasing a bad trade. Or sometimes it would be chasing a bad trade because the market moves fast. These
yep.
trades, literally, if you get a signal that a trade's coming up at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a good chance if you get up at 6, you can still place your buy or your sell signal and catch it because it hasn't happened yet. These are looking into the future, giving time to catch the movement instead of rushing, pulling over your car on emergency lane in the medium strip. Oh my God, I got to get in. I've not got a good connection and so forth. So that's why there's not as frequent. These are a little more mellower trades, I call them, not emergency, oh my God, I got to get in type.
so what the question that I want to actually come up to
Uh-huh.
is towards the middle of the TLC live they started promoting that they're going to have insurance that actually had finally they did cut in insurance with the United States with the company out of New York here in the United States.
Right.
But because they broke trading rules that they themselves had put in, and there was actually really hefty trading rules,
Right.
the insurance company refused to pay out.
Right.
So my question is anything similar about insurances coming back?
There's never going to be no insurance company in the world will insure crypto trading. If they made that people believe that, that is a lie. No trading company in the world will insure traders because there's volatility. They're not going to. Insurance is based on insurance underwriting, high probability. That's how insurance makes money. And I got into a company, like I said, the last 15 years. I've been in three companies that insured their traders. And then I actually talked to an underwriter. He goes, "Hell no, we're never going to insure." That's why Forex companies are not insured. They're just not insured because no one is going to take it's not a probability that underwriters who are the ultimate in mathematical statisticians mortality rates. It's just they're not going to insure trading. If some
Okay.
companies insure trading, I walk away. That's just I know that for a fact. No company will insure a trader. It might insure your life insurance, but not a trade.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Here's something I want to give to the community while we're still recording. Is this? I have actually looked through the exchange, and I have looked at where the money went on the USDT transaction, and on the Tron side. And actually, the money goes into wallet with which usually is normal, then goes to another wallet. From there, when there's a certain amount of collected, it actually goes to another wallet, and there's actually about 5 or 6 wallets that's involved that I've been able to separate from the trade people that are actually involved in the project, that the money is actually holding there. So eventually they hit the exchange, and then from the exchange you can I cannot see where the money went from there. So definitely the money is going to an exchange, so definitely that means the money is used most likely in trade or something. But at that point, it's hard for me to track going forward.
Well,
So
as you probably know, for example, if they're trading Pancake Swap against another one, they have to have money in that exchange. If they're using Binance, they have to have money in that exchange. If they're using different exchanges, each one of those exchanges have to have a certain amount of capital to execute the liquidity trade. So they will have multitude of wallets, which as one wallet starts winning for whatever reason, let's say Binance starts beating the crap out of Pancake Swap because that Pancake Swap has the low money and Binance has the one. So more of the money is shifting over there. So then they got to reallocate their assets to and divide the money up to keep the liquidity around there. So there's a lot of movement of money. I've discovered that in most programs that are legitimate at least. There's a constant shifting of resources of assets.
no, the next step is actually track down, because I only track down the USDT on Tron. The next step is
Right.
actually to track down the Ethereum, USDT on Ethereum, then also track down the actual Ethereum and BNB. I'm sorry, not BNB, a Bitcoin, and then see how those money are routed as well, and then pretty much get a better picture of how's it going. Also, by having a better picture, being a couple of weeks in the project, I'll have actually more better to understand how the money moves and be able to confirm more how legit this project is. Also, I was told that there is going to be an opportunity to meet the guy in Texas on the 16th or 18th.
There's for some leaders, yes, not for average person, no. It's
Okay.
for 10 or 15 leaders that are in the area that lives down there. There is going to be an opening event in March that will be open to the community. That's when we're actually going live. We're not promoting this right now as what you would call a traditional. He's called it a soft launch. I call it a beta because as of today, I think I was talking to Slavic, there was some issues with downlines getting overpaid. They were getting paid for rewards in people's accounts that they had not qualified to earn from yet. So we're still making sure everything, all the I's are dotted and T's crossed. And he's wanting to get the signals going and making sure they're working right. So officially launch when everyone can get together will be March 2nd is the official launch date. This is kind of a beta where we're in there working it, and people are taking advantage of it, of course, and earning some good rewards. But there are uh, limitations to the exposure of the CEO and stuff, and the marketing. So I hope that explains that part of it.
Okay. Appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, I'm gonna go actually down the spreadsheet that we have that we actually, I can fill it out. Contract status, I still have not understand if there is one and what it
There is
is.
no, we don't have a what do they call blockchain contract? Those usually have back doors where programmers can go in there and change stuff. A blockchain contract, I've gotten into them. They have never worked out. That's just a marketing thing because they're never, even if the CEO has the best intentions of the world, and I've been with some CEOs that had the best intentions, the programmer always leaves them, like you see in the little spy movies, they always leave them a back door to go in there and do whatever they want. And I don't care what kind of audit they do, what kind of performance. If the coder is very good, he can hide his back door and do whatever he wants to, limits there. So there is nothing like this. This is a standard trading platform that someone has some good software, if you believe that, that's trading for you. And that's where you have to, that's your risk tolerance, bottom line.
And then, so that's not a DeFi. There's no rebate. Source of income is scalping, hedging, and trading, and something similar to that. So pretty much on principle, you cannot withdraw for the first 10 days. Then you have a 15% fee from day 10 to day 75 on
No,
your
it's
principal.
day 30. You can't withdraw your principal for the first 30 days. And then after 30, you can go to day 75, like you were saying. Sorry about that.
On the website, it says 10 days when you
I
click on the withdraw.
sure. If you we're on the website because I'm on there, it says 30 in the
I have to
withdrawal platform.
I have
Yeah.
to look back
Okay,
where
yeah.
else.
Because
But
it's
somewhere
30.
somewhere where it says withdraw, somewhere down there.
Well, if you can send me that because we went through it numerous times before we launched, and uh, but
I'll
we'll
do that.
double check. But it's 30 days. You can't withdraw your principal. After 30 days, 30 75, you can withdraw it. It's a soft lock. It's a 15% penalty. After day 75, there is no penalty and there's a 2% withdrawal fee.
So no matter what, there's a 2% withdrawal fee. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Rebase token, no. Liquidity pool, not in a DeFi format, but what's the balance of the wallets? I tried looking into.
They have 44
It's hard.
wallets.
I only
They have,
been able to locate 6.
they have well, they trade on 44 different platforms. They
Okay.
have to have a wallet in each platform depending on which way the trade is going to either to one exchange to another. They have 44 different exchanges that they trade on.
Token-based project, no. Participants over 300 people. Do you want to talk a little bit on the how many participants and the rate of growth?
I don't know the rate of growth because, as you know, the platform only goes down for me or for any individual 7 levels. After 7 levels, I don't have access to numbers. I've hit my 7th level just by some leaders putting in people. I have 350 people in my team, uh, but that was a week ago, and there are people now, from what I understand. I've been told by the CEO on my 14th level that no one gets compensation for. I don't get any different compensation than you guys do.
Okay.
So there's more than 350 is all I know. How much
So
more? No idea.
estimated probably around 1,000 plus at this
Could
point.
be. It could be. Yes.
Okay. Daily activity, none, unless you go with a small package. Recruiting required, not required. Referral tree, transparency, that part I still do not know. Do we have a referral transparency where, like in Veritas well, we can see person's wallet, what they have
No,
deposited?
privacy issues in the UK prevents that. That's illegal.
So no transparency. Okay.
Yeah, that's regulations by the privacy laws in the United States, Canada, EU prevents people from spying on you.
Referral commission, first level is 15% on profit only, not on deposit.
Correct, sir.
Open for Here's actually something that I looked at the first original wallet. That first original wallet has been opened in 2021. I guess this is where he started having the idea of building something. 2.5 years is where he was building. The last month and a half where they've been officially testing before launch, and we are still in a testing stage. That's correct.
Yes, that's my philosophy. He thinks we're live, but I'm saying we're testing.
Well, let him know that launch is when he, for 30 days, he does not have to go back and change anything.
That's what I said. And you know what? Bill Gates, he's not even the CEO, and they're still changing stuff in Windows.
No, they're not. They're not changing. They're evolving. That's a different
Okay.
thing from
Tell
evolving
that to the
and
bug fix
fixing
I had to
problems.
download last night.
When you have to fix compared to evolve, that's two different things.
Yeah.
And the minimum to start is 100 plus 100 for a 3 month package. Which honestly, guys, on that small package, you're barely gonna break even if you can want to buy the next month again. I random numbers there, so you have to put in at least $200 just to profit. Minimum for referral commissions, and I believe that's the same thing, 100 and 100, right?
I'm sorry,
Referral commission
referral commissions
to
as far.
qualify for 500 to qualify for
No,
referral commission.
you mean to get referral commissions? What do you need?
Yes. What's the minimum?
It's against my better judgment, but you can be free and refer people. I don't know how you can tell people how great it is when you don't have any skin in the game, but that's what he's allowed.
Oh wow! So actually, you can register and not
Yeah.
join
But
the.
if you're telling people you're in there making money and we catch someone lying, we terminate your account immediately
Okay.
because that's false, misleading, and the United States regulations is very strict on compliance.
Perfect. Do you want to actually go ahead and see if the money already came in? And
Sure.
so,
For
so I
you,
s-
sure,
no
you
for
want
you, and
to.
I'm actually going to
Well,
do the
mine
same
was
thing.
already in there.
Oh, so your money
Mine
came
was
in.
in there at 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if mine's showing up. Yes, $46.80. Says something average a month, $7 and
Yeah, but
eight
see, that
cents.
average a month is another misleading stat because what it's saying there is like if you take $10 today, $20 tomorrow, and $30 the next day, that's a total of $60. Your average is 20. That's not true because you've scaled that calculation. It's a geeky calculation that some geek thought it was cool to put there. It has no bearings to what you're actually happening in your account. They got some graphs there that just confuses the heck out of the average user. Why is my average this, but I'm getting this? It's just some geek thought it was cool. That's just the only way to say it. Nothing against geeks, but that's just how they do.
No, they're my brain wired differently than ours.
They are. They are. I found that out. They are.
And it's hard for them to live in our world as it is for us
Yes.
to live in their world.
Yes.
I am partially on that side. It took me a long time to understand the difference. So here's actually my personal opinion as of today. That is to the community. First of all, if you believe you can bring in enough of people in 90 days that can total up their deposit of 50,000, 15, that's $15,000, contact me directly and we do have something special for you. And I actually will turn the recording here quickly and then allow to Mike to speak on that. But otherwise, your probably best bet is just to come in a small amount. Out of right now, as I do not know more information, it is 100% risk because tomorrow something might happen. Like, even with Microsoft, tomorrow they might decide they don't want to support Windows anymore and our Windows all go dead. Is that realistic or not? Who knows? But it is the real world we live in. Look at Apple. Apple was doing great. And when Trump started doing all these extra taxes between countries, what did China do? They actually took Apple hostage and threatened Apple with so much. Apple was almost overnight bankrupt. And same thing here. We cannot suspect something unsuspected still to happen. So consider that as 100% risk. But at the same time, there is a possibility of this being something good and being something possibly long term. But at this time, I just do not have anything concrete that I can say, hey guys, look at this. This actually is proves that this is all concrete. So that's my personal opinion. I will sum it up and do my final reasons in our spreadsheet and then go from there. So, Mike, do you have anything to comment on
Yes, I
what I
do.
have
Since
said?
we were on here, please excuse my thing. This is a legal disclaimer required since I'm in the United States. Cryptocurrency investments are highly speculative and volatile. There's significant risk of losing your entire investment. Market prices can fluctuate immediately, and there's no guarantee, no promises, no guarantees, no assurances. This is for educational purposes only. We do not give financial advice of any kind, tax advice, or liquidity. If you need help with that, seek help of a professional. Cryptocurrency market, it's like Mr. Slavic said, is highly unregulated and may have some of the not protections that you're normally used to. Transactions can be irreversible. It is your sole responsibility, nobody else's, to make sure the risk tolerance fits your risk profile. That's it.
Yeah, so definitely, just the disclaimer right there tells you it's all bullshit.
Just
I'm sorry, Mike, but that's literally what it says. So if you
if
go
they tell you
to
that on trading forex, they'll tell you that on trading stocks. It is your risk. You can't blame the broker that you picked Apple when Apple crashed the next day.
yeah. So end of the day, it might have a potential, but still consider as a risk until we can find something that can support
It will
otherwise.
always be risky. It will always be risky. If anyone tells you it's guaranteed, run, Forrest, run.
Yeah. I am going to finish up a recording and.